Malicious compliance doesn't just happen in offices or factories. Sometimes it unfolds in high school classrooms when entitled students, enabled parents, and one very patient teacher collide. This isn't just a story about bad grades. It's about following every rule to the letter and letting consequences do the teaching. My name is Ms. Elena Vasquez, and for the past 7 years, I taught advanced digital design at Crestwood High in Austin, Texas, a magnet program for grades 10 to 12. My class wasn't required to graduate, but it was a golden ticket. College credits through dual enrollment with UT Austin, portfolio development for art and engineering schools, and real-world client projects with local startups and nonprofits. From day one, I had one rule posted in bold, 48-point font above the whiteboard. If you're here, you're all in. I'll move mountains for effort, but I won't reward laziness disguised as busy. I built my class like a startup incubator. No bells. No worksheets. No busy work. Instead, weekly sprints. Every Monday, students received a project brief with deliverables due Friday. Peer reviews. Every student critiqued 2 classmates' work using a structured rubric. Real deadlines. Clients don't care if your dog ate your laptop or if your parents are flying you to Aspen for mental health. Google Workspace tracking. I could see who opened an assignment at 2 a.m. the night before it was due. Not to shame them, but to know who needed help. I gave grace. Always. Late work? Full credit if you showed up with a plan and a sincere effort to catch up. Missed a critique? Come in during lunch or after school, and we'd make it work. But sabotage? Distraction? Blaming teammates while doing nothing yourself? That's when I let the system do the teaching. This year, I got 8 seniors, all sons of wealthy donors, who'd manipulated their schedules to be in the same class. They called themselves the founders. Their real talent? Exploiting empathy. They weren't unintelligent. In fact, most were sharp when they chose to engage. But years of being told they were gifted, future leaders, and too important for rules had calcified into a sense of entitlement so thick it was practically armor. Their playbook was well rehearsed. Charm subs into giving extensions by saying things like, "Ms. Vasquez always lets us revise. She believes in growth." She did, but only if you tried. Blame group dynamics when they contributed nothing, claiming teammates didn't communicate or hoarded the work. Name drop their parents in casual conversation. My dad's on the school board or mom's friends with the superintendent. And their parents? Nightmare fuel wrapped in designer handbags and Tesla leases. One mom, Victoria Langston, threatened to pull $200,000 in annual donations when her son got a B+ on a branding project. "He's applying to Wharton," she hissed during a Zoom call. "This grade will haunt him." Another dad, Richard Cho, emailed the superintendent weekly. "My son is a future CEO. He shouldn't be graded like a common student. This class is supposed to be elite, not punitive." But the worst was Chase Whitmore, 18, trust fund baby and master manipulator. His parents were permanently abroad, yachts in the Mediterranean, chalets in Gstaad, so Chase ran wild. He treated school like a country club with Wi-Fi. He had juniors do his work under the guise of mentorship hours, a program he twisted beyond recognition. He faked illness to skip critiques, once claiming food poisoning the day his team was presenting a prototype. He once submitted a Canva template titled Brand Identity System for a full branding project, complete with stock photos and Comic Sans. Every time I held him accountable, gave him a low grade, asked for revisions, or flagged his lack of contribution, his parents would swoop in with lawyers, tears, and demands for grade inflation. I documented everything. Every email. Every conversation. Every missed deadline. Not out of spite, but because I knew the storm was coming. Mid-semester, I announced our capstone project. Redesign the city of Austin's public transit app, presented live to real city planners from Cap Metro. This wasn't just another assignment. It was worth 30% of their final grade. Groups of 4. No solo work allowed. The city would actually consider implementing the best ideas. Then, I dropped the bomb. "Oh, and senior skip day is next Friday. Hope you're not planning to be absent, because groups form that Monday." I knew. They'd all skip. And they did. While the rest of the school was in quiet classrooms or study halls, the founders were at Chase's lake house in Lake Travis, posting Instagram stories with hashtags like #CrestwoodRoyalty and #FutureFounders, posing with jet skis, champagne, and zero awareness that their academic fate was being sealed. I didn't say a word. Instead, I quietly adjusted the roster. 2 students had transferred out mid-semester, one to a private school in Houston, another due to family relocation. The math was perfect. 24 students left, divisible by 4, which meant the founders had no choice but to work together in 2 groups of 4. No more leeching off hardworking juniors who actually cared. No more sweet-talking their way into high-performing teams. Just 8 entitled boys, 1 impossible deadline, and 0 escape routes. They didn't start the project until the night before it was due. Of course. Group 1 submitted a PowerPoint titled Transit App Ideas, Draft V1, 12 slides, half of them blank, with bullet points like, make it faster, and add colors. Group 2 turned in a Figma file with 1 screen, labeled Home, maybe. No user flows. No wireframes. No research. Just a rectangle with the word bus inside. I graded them objectively, using the rubric they'd all signed on day 1. It covered user research, prototyping, usability, visual design, and presentation. Chase, 52%. His crew, 48% to 61%. Not a single one passed the capstone. Then, the storm hit. Parent 1, Victoria Langston. My son is applying to Stanford. This grade will ruin his life. You're punishing him for being ambitious. Parent 2, Richard Cho. You're clearly targeting him because of his family's reputation. We've given this school millions. Chase's mom, via satellite call from Dubai, wearing sunglasses indoors. We'll sue the district for emotional distress. My son has anxiety. He can't handle failure. They demanded meetings, appeals, retakes, second chances. But I was ready. In the parent meeting, held in the principal's office, with the superintendent on speakerphone, I pulled up Google Doc timestamps showing 0 edits until 11 p.m. Sunday night. Emails I'd sent 2 weeks prior, groups form Monday. Be present or be assigned. Screenshots from a student's anonymous tip, Snapchat rants like, LOL, just gonna copy-paste from last year's project, and who cares? My dad owns half the school. And then, I played my ace. Actually, I said calmly, Chase told his group, don't worry, I'll get my mom to fix the grade. His mother went pale. Because I had the recording from a teammate who'd secretly screen-recorded their group call after Chase mocked him for being a tryhard. The room went silent. Chase failed the class. Didn't graduate on time. Had to take summer school, in person, no online option. His parents cut him off after he tried to blame me for sabotaging his future. Last I heard, he's working at a surf shop in Costa Rica, still posting vague quotes about systems rigged against innovators. 2 founders lost full-ride scholarships to UT and SMU due to GPA drops. Now working at their dad's car dealerships, learning the business from the ground up, as one parent put it bitterly. One actually apologized. His name was Mateo Ruiz, quiet, observant, the only one who'd shown flickers of real curiosity. He came to my room after school, eyes red. I thought I could coast forever, he said. You were the first adult who didn't let me cheat my way through life. He went on to design apps for a non-profit helping homeless youth in San Antonio. Sent me a thank you note last Christmas. Still have it on my desk. The school board, facing a PR nightmare and a flood of similar complaints from other teachers, updated its policy. No grade appeals without documented evidence of completed work. Parental donations do not override academic standards. My class enrollment doubled the next year. Students who actually wanted to learn. Who respected the process. Who stayed late to debug code or refine a logo. And I kept teaching. Because malicious compliance isn't about revenge. It's about refusing to participate in the lie that effort doesn't matter, that rules are optional for the privileged. In room 214, the only thing I complied with was integrity. And sometimes, that's the most rebellious act of all.